Our CEO, Bob Gebbia.
Wow, good morning everyone. And thank you, Ashley, for joining us and starting us off with such beautiful music. Your voice is amazing. I don't know how you do it at this hour in the morning, but thank you so much for being with us. I also want to thank Christine Alfred for running the meditation this morning. Thank you, Christine. And good morning again, walkers, and welcome back. I know it's been a long night. I know you're tired. I know your body's aching. But I also know you did something amazing. You walked 16 miles through the streets of New York City. Amazing. You also raised your voices, you shared your stories, you supported each other all night long, and you made it out of the darkness and into a new day as it gets light. And you did it all together. We all did it together, which is so important. What you did goes beyond New York. You sent a message to everyone who has struggled with suicidal thoughts or lost someone to suicide. You shared a message of strength, a message of hope, and a message of resilience. It's a loud and clear message that no matter what you're going through, who you are, you're not alone. You're not alone. Now our time together is almost done. It's almost finished. But the impact of what you've accomplished is just beginning. Thanks to your efforts, we will increase our investment in research and education and advocacy. And thanks to you, we will continue to combat the stigma and bring suicide out of the darkness. I thank you so much for being with us and for sharing everything you're doing to save lives. It's so important. Thank you so much for doing everything for our cause. Thank you. Now, as you walked, I think you realized something, that your stories have power. The power to inform, to inspire, to heal. And I'd like to introduce to you one of your fellow walkers who's here to share his story. Please welcome Dylan Stora. Dylan.
Good morning. Sorry if I get a little emotional during this. When I was younger, I lived with the belief that I didn't need other people, that I shouldn't need other people. That belief almost cost me my life. It started when I was 11. I was in the 6th grade and I was getting physically and verbally bullied at school. People said awful things about me and I believed them. I believed that I was worthless and small. Eventually, I told my parents about it and they intervened. The bullying stopped, but my self-esteem plummeted. I was ashamed that I needed to ask for help. The fact that I couldn't handle it myself seemed to confirm everything the bully said, that I was worthless and a burden. The bullying resumed when I started high school. This time, I didn't tell anyone about it. I preferred to suffer in silence rather than be a burden. Meanwhile, I kept feeling smaller and more worthless until sophomore year when I got the idea in my head that I didn't deserve to live. So at age 15, I tried to end my life. Twice. Thankfully, when my parents found out about my actions, they took me to the hospital. It was a turning point for me, not because of the doctors or medicine, although those are very important too. It was because during group sessions, I was able to hear from other kids like me. It was eye-opening to know that I wasn't the only one going through this, and that I didn't have to go through it alone. I heard my own experience in their stories, and it was heartbreaking to see their pain because I knew with certainty that each and every one of them deserved to live. And that helped me realize that I do too. I deserve to live. And it's not because I can do it all on my own. Nobody can. We all need people. We all need to know that we're not alone. That's the power of talking. That's the power of stories. And that's the power of the AFSP community. So thank you. Thank you to my friends and family for all they do to support me in coming out tonight. And thank you to everyone who walked through the night. Thank you for sharing your stories and for allowing me to share mine.
Thank you, Dylan. Thank you for your courage, and thank you for speaking out, sharing your story. It's so powerful, and we're so glad to have you as part of our Out of the Darkness overnight community. You know, last evening we lit luminaria, still on the stage, throughout the space, to remember lives lost, and to acknowledge our personal struggles. Take one last look at the luminaria. And as you do, I ask you to take your honor beads off. The beads you wore that represent your connection to our cause. Hold them in your hands. The luminaria aren't the only lights we lit during this overnight. As we walked through the streets of New York, a light shone bright in each and every one of us. Mile after mile, that light got brighter and brighter. Soon we'll be leaving the overnight, but it's my sincere hope that the experience of the overnight will never leave you. Luminaria will go out, but the light shining inside of all of us, that never will. Please raise your beads. Raise them in the air and look around you. Look around at the community, at your fellow walkers, and at the light that we've created. And I hope you'll remember this moment. In the weeks and months ahead, if you're having a difficult time, remember this moment, and remember you're not alone. If you're grieving the loss of a loved one, remember you're not alone. You're a part of this community, and together we will spread hope. Together we will pave the way for a future when no one dies by suicide. Thank you for walking, thank you for crewing, thank you for volunteering and donating. I can't wait to see you again next year. Thank you for being part of the overnight. Thank you so much, and have a safe trip home. Thank you.